right. The Impact before Slammiversary, which I am doing. I will be doing Slammiversary first. I do not know if I have enough time to watch. I'm not thinking of doing the Great American Bash on Sunday night. I might. If it starts at 8, I might do it. Because if I'm right, I think Forbidden Door may start at 7, I believe. If it starts at 7, then I probably would have to do the Great American Bash, unless I'm going to miss 1 hour of Forbidden Door and then try to watch it after that. But it's going to count on when Slammiversary finishes, I do the video like I'm doing now, and then I will see what I can watch. That's what's going to come down to, because right after I see Slammiversary, I will be recording. So it's going to depend on which one I'm going to be able to watch. But let's make this very clear. Was this a good show? It was okay-ish. Did we get hype for the pay-per-view? To a certain extent, yes. But here's the thing. What do we currently have with TNA? A lot of questions. We currently wonder if Delirious is going to be head of creative, or is it going to be Road Dogg ahead of creative? Carlos Silva making decisions that is very questionable, particularly when it came to Tommy Dreamer, which I'm not saying that Tommy did a great job or a bad job, but he did work. He could have stayed in the company and just been removed from the head of creative. They could have done that. But they chose to just get rid of him. Then you got Sami Callihan, who thought he was going to take over for Sami. And he was just released out of nowhere. And next to Gray being released, Steve Macklin is gone. And you wonder who's next. What's next? Even Leon Slater's contract is now coming up. We don't know what's going on with TNA right now. A lot of questions is happening right now. And one of my subscribers has already said, I think WWE is going to take him over. Look, I'm going to say about this first before I move on to this. Do not think WWE is taking over TNA, because if they wanted to take it over, they would have took it over AAA. Let's make it very clear. They could have taken them before AAA. That's correct. Let's make that very clear. If they wanted a company, they could have gotten TNA well before AAA. Yes, it would have been more expensive to at least a certain extent than AAA. But they would have gotten it if they really wanted it. Right now, as it stands, I do not see WWE Silver Lake. Because remember, Silver Lake is running WWE. And yes, you do have Ari, who is the CEO, but he's still taking orders from Silver Lake. No matter what anyone says, a shareholder wants something, a shareholder is going to get it. And let's make this very clear. With them losing billions of dollars and they haven't recouped it yet, what would be the point of them taking in TNA when they already owe billions of dollars they have not gotten recouped yet? We know this. We know Endeavor has not regained the money that they spent to get WWE. So you actually think they're going to take TNA as well, which can be 30, 40, or $50 million? No. I do not see them trying to buy them out right now. Particularly, we're still talking about Anthem, who's going to want more than just 30. If they're $30 million, the CEO is going to want $50 million. Or $70 million, or $100 million to try and get TNA, please. He will try to get as much out of it, even if it's not worth it. So, don't think it. But there are questions about what's going on with TNA. We just don't know. Let's make this clear, because I'm not feeling exactly well. I'm still having a lot of congestion, and I'm actually in a bit of pain right now. Physical pain. The first match, why? I don't understand what's going on with Ash. Ash is still funny when she has her moments, and her wanting to take another health moment. It's going to be a big question what they're going to do with her when it comes to Slammiversary. Don't know what it is. If she's going to be there. We saw M get her ass kicked. But then M pretty much won the match because it was a DQ. Due to the fact of, well, technically speaking, Mara won the match because M was not really friends with Elena Black, but this is all about trying to get that damn title. That's what it feels like. Now, seeing Rosemary and Allie, that was alright. Seeing them wasn't so bad. There wasn't a problem with it. The question is, how far they're going to go in the tag team department. Let me give it to you like this. Look, we know that Rosemary and Ali are going to go and get those titles. We already know this. But the question is going to be, is it this anniversary or they're going to drag it out? Just don't know yet. Next match. AJ Francis destroying Lemon. Well, he didn't fully destroy him. He did get a little bit of defense in. But this wasn't about Lemon. This was about Elias making it very clear that he's already talked to... I wish this was done more than a few more months out. That could have gave a little bit of build-up. But I knew that Elias was going to try and find a way to get his name, music, and face back. So that's what we're getting at Slammiversary. It was coming. But it just feels like it wasn't given enough time to develop. For me personally, that's the problem. Now, the next match. We got Xia Brookside and Harley Henderson. Let me give it to you like this. I like Henderson. Harley Hudson. I was saying Henderson. Harley Hudson. I actually like her. I do like her and I'm glad they kept her. But the question is going to be, what are they going to do with her eventually? They got to do something with her because she just feels like she's stuck. Now, I expected Xia to win, which she did. But the question is, are you interested in seeing Xia and Ling Yang Li go at each other? I am. But the question's going to be, sooner or later, there's going to be a match where they're going to have to end and blow apart. But I don't know if it's going to be here or at Bound for Glory. Because I have this strange feeling their feud is going to last all the way to Bound for Glory. But will it be special enough to be something by Bound for Glory? Because that's what the story has to be. To be honest, because they don't have enough women to really do much with. Or the women they do have that we haven't seen yet, guess what? They don't show them yet. So it's going to be a big question on how they're going to book all these other women if there are extra women. Like, we know Allie's going to get pushed eventually. How are they going to push her? Moving on. Final match. Casey Navarro, Eichner, and Leon versus a Mr. Look, I don't hate Mr. Elegance. It's just that it feels like he is just something is not missing, but it's just like over it. He feels more important when he's with the women. By himself, he doesn't feel right. He feels like he's missing something. We got Kaz, Mr. Elegance, and a Cedric Alexander. This is all the setup for the Ultimate X match. Question's going to be is this. For me, why didn't Amazing Red get seen? Now, unless I missed something, and he had a little bit of an interview, because I think that's what we needed. We needed an interview from Amazing Red. Now, I believe I could have missed something. But if I didn't miss anything, and he didn't be seen because I didn't see him, why didn't they do that? Amazing Red has not been seen in TNA in, 10 years? At least? I don't remember when he last was in TNA. You guys are going to tell me below. I just don't remember. At least 10 years, at least as far as I remember, easily. But wouldn't it have been good to have an interview with him, with Gia Miller? Having him talk? I just feel like it wasn't... It was necessary. Because he's supposed to be very special. Which he is. Now, Kaz won that match. Leon was the one who ate it. I'm not against that, but it's just like, I don't know, you could use KC to eat the pin, to be honest. Not Leon. That's just me. Now, the Summit and the punch in the face to a Nick Nimitz by Mike Santana. Did it feel real, that segment? Yes, it did. As someone who lives in New York himself, as someone who's lived in different parts of New York, I understand Mike. I understand him. Now, Have I been addicted to anything? Thank goodness, no. I've not been addicted to anything, luckily for me. Have I seen relatives die? Yes, I have. Have I seen death? Yes, I have. I even said it on this channel that where I was living, someone was killed literally a few feet away from my building a couple of years ago, which still messes with me. So I'm not saying that Mike is lying about what he's saying, because he's not. He's an alcoholic, and he had to see his father dead. So I identify with him. And what he said was very powerful, which meant something to me. Seeing him lay out Nick, get jumped by Ryan, then get jumped by Nick and get hit in the head, into the table and hit in the head with the title. I feel like it was rushed. Guys, let's make this very clear. Once you saw that scene, this should have been 2 weeks before the pay-per-view. 2 weeks before this happened. At least, it's that minimum is 2 weeks. Maximum is 3. But we get him coming right back out, bloodied in the head, and beating up on Ryan, and pretty much they're trying to separate them. Did it feel real? Yes and no. Yes, it felt real because of the segment from Nick during the summit was good. The segment from Mike was good. The punch in the face was fine. The beat up was fine. It's just this segment feels like it needs a couple of weeks of build, and there wasn't one. We got only a few days away, and that's the problem for me. So, was this a right build? I don't even know what the title's going to be. Is it going to be a right build, or does this feel hyped? Maybe that might be it. I be honest, no. But it's still done pretty well. It just feels so rushed. It sucks. So in the end, and I know I'm not going to talk about Eric Young dealing with Salsa. It's not the point. He'll get over. No, it's not necessary. The suit adding the great hands to the ladder match, which the setup for wasn't bad when it came to the Hardys, the Righteous, and the tag champs themselves. It wasn't bad. But it just feels like a lot of this still feels rushed. And this is one of the MOs of TNA, yes. I know. But due to the fact what's going on, that we don't know if Road Dogg is going to be part of creative or the leading of creative. We don't know if Delirious is going to be the head of creative. We do not know 100% how bad is it in TNA when it comes to the budget, when it comes to getting rid of Sammy. We don't know anything yet. And it's hard to say that this is going to be a great anniversary with so much on top of TNA. As I told you guys when TNA started collabing with WWE, watch and wait. We don't know how this collaboration is going to work. Look what's going on. TNA has to open their slammer. Yeah, they have to do the kickoff, the countdown at 3 o'clock, and their show at 4 to you got Slammiversary, which has been around 24 years, compared to the Great American Bash from NXT. And they're bypassing doing 8 o'clock to do 4 o'clock so they don't interfere with WWE. This got to tell you something. But it's just me. Peace.